Greetings, mathematicians, and welcome to lesson 2.1 in filling and wrapping. Go ahead and pause the video, copy down the focus question, as well as these four vocabulary words, please. Alrighty, our focus question is, for a prism with fixed height and lateral surface area, how do the surface area and volume of the prism change as the number of sides increases? So before we get into any problems or anything, let's first define these four vocabulary words we have. So a prism is a 3D figure or a 3D shape that has with two identical bases. So it might help to draw some pictures here. So for example, I could draw myself a square prism that looks something like this. I guess you could argue it's a rectangular prism, but anyway, my suggestion is you draw the two identical bases first, and then you connect the corresponding corners. There you have a, well, I'm going to call this a square prism because I have two sides that are squares. Anyway, you could also draw yourself a triangular prism if you'd like. So again, starting off with the identical bases, right? And that's, I'm repeating the word identical because that's important. And then you just connect your corresponding corners. There you have it. It's going to take some practice, but don't worry, you'll get it. All right, the next word we have is net. Well, what a net is, it's actually just a prism that's been unfolded. And we'll draw a picture of what that looks like as well. And nets actually really come in handy when we're calculating surface area because you can actually see all the different sides on the net. So and there we go, more or less. All right, if you were to fold this shape here, right, you'd fold all the rectangles and then you'd fold the triangles inward, we would have ourselves a lovely triangular prism. So that's what a net is. It's just a prism that's been unfolded into a two-dimensional shape. All right, next on our list we have face, and this really is just a side of the prism, or a prism. Alrighty, and this one's important because this is in our focus question, lateral surface area. I don't want you to be intimidated, but this is just, if you find the surface area of a prism, so you find your surface area, and you minus or you subtract the area of the two bases. So surface area minus the area of the bases. Bless you. If we draw a picture, it might make a little bit more sense. So I'm going to draw a bigger picture of my triangular prism net. So copy along here. So here I have a net of my triangular prism. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shade in the part that is considered the lateral surface area. Remember, these triangles are my bases. Those are my identical shapes. And then the rest of the prism, right, or I guess the rest of the area of this prism is what I call the lateral surface area. So it is essentially the area of this 3D figure minus the two bases. All right, and there you have it. That's the vocabulary we have for this lesson.